I used to live in San Jose, and I relocated here to Placerville and El Dorado County a long time ago, and I never looked back. Selling homes here for nearly 20 years, I've had countless clients relocate from San Jose to beautiful El Dorado County. And here are the top 5 reasons that they, and I, left San Jose for El Dorado County. Starting with reason number 1, which is the cost of living. Now, I'm not talking about home prices. We're gonna get there and cover those as well. I'm just talking about the everyday cost to live there. Like I said, I lived there a long time and it was a beautiful, amazing, dynamic, awesome place to live. But the cost of day-to-day life there was absolutely bananas. It was out of control even back then in the late 90s. I lived there for 15 years, like I said, all the way through the late 90s. And even back then, it seemed like I couldn't get through my day without spending $100, whether it be for parking, light rail tickets, lunch, entertainment, or just trying to get home at the end of the day. It was a minimum $100 out of my pocket anytime I left the house living in San Jose. Now, nearly 30 years later, and with the post-COVID inflation, I'm sure it's closer to $200 or $300 a day. Even accounting for the COVID and post-COVID inflation, life here in El Dorado County is just far cheaper. Whether it's your rent, your mortgage, a night out for drinks, going to the movies, or just trying to get around town, everything is cheaper here. Now, cheaper means you can afford to make less money, which means you can work less, or take the risk of starting your own business instead of working for somebody else, or just set aside money for the things you really care about in life, like travel or retirement or college funds. Now, with the cost of everything skyrocketing and it becoming harder and harder for everyday Americans to do things like afford houses or save for retirement, having a cheaper lifestyle, having a lower monthly outlay every month is a huge advantage to help you get ahead in your life. And it's one of the major reasons myself and most of my clients left San Jose for life in El Dorado County. Before we jump into reason number 2, you might be wondering who I am and why you should be listening to me at all about these things. My name is Rich Curtis. I'm with eXp Realty, and I've been selling homes here in El Dorado County for nearly 20 years, in markets ranging from the Great Recession to the COVID market insanity and everything in between. So when it comes to El Dorado County living and El Dorado County real estate, I've got you covered. Also, I lived in San Jose for 15 years and have a lot of friends and family there and still spend a lot of time in San Jose, so I understand where you're coming from. All right, on to number 2. Reason number 2 that myself and most of my clients left San Jose for life in El Dorado County is the cost of homes. Right now, as of the recording of this video, the median home price in the San Jose area is $1.4 million. That's insane, mind-blowing, and really, honestly, kind of criminal. Let's be real here. Most average, everyday working Californians will never be able to afford a home in San Jose. By contrast, as of the recording of this video, the median home price in the Placerville area is just north of $517,000. That's a big deal. That's a huge difference. That's nearly 1/3 the median home price in San Jose. Now look, I'm not trying to act like $500,000 is a cheap home. It's not. But by contrast, Placerville represents a tremendous value for money when buying a home as compared to San Jose, with home prices nearly 3 times cheaper than they are in San Jose. Even more modestly priced homes and fixer-uppers in San Jose are really out of reach for most families, or they'll tax their budget tremendously while falling woefully short of actually meeting the family's housing needs. Look, as I sat in the San Jose area entering the wealth building years of my life in the late 90s and early aughts, I was watching my older brothers, my parents, and most of my family in the Bay Area struggling to make ends meet. It became painfully clear to me even then that I would never be able to own a home at San Jose prices, and I really wanted to be able to take advantage of the wealth building potential of owning real estate, so I had to get out. This, for me and for most of my clients, is the number 1 driving reason for leaving the San Jose area and the greater Bay Area for El Dorado County. Now, for some of you sitting in San Jose or the Bay Area watching this, you may be trying to decide between El Dorado County and Sacramento County for your San Jose escape plan. And you'll be happy to find out that the median home price isn't much difference at $517,000 in Placerville and $516,000 down in Sacramento. So either way you slice it, whether you're in El Dorado County or Sacramento County, you're still looking at home prices that are 1/3 of what they are in San Jose. That means mortgage payments that are going to be 1/3 of what they are in San Jose. That means way more money left over to pursue the things you love in life, like travel, dance lessons, or just not eating top ramen every night to try to make a mortgage payment. Many people sitting in San Jose right now are probably waiting until they save enough or their income rises enough to be able to afford a home at San Jose prices. But all of that waiting comes at a cost. According to Lawrence Yun, the chief economist for the National Association of Realtors, median home prices in the United States are due to rise between 15 and 25% over the next 5 years. So let's say you're sitting in the Bay Area right now and you can't afford a home and probably won't for those 5 years. What are the costs of being frozen out of the housing market for those 5 years? Let's take a look. To answer that, let's base our numbers on the lowest end of the appreciation predictions of 15% over the next 5 years. Now, of course, it's always important to remember these are just predictions and the actual results may vary, markets change, so there's some crystal ball work here, but this gives you a starting point to try to think about this subject. Now, 15% over the next 5 years, that works out to be about 3% a year, which is real close to the historical average, so it's a good number to work with. Based on that, if you bought a home in Placerville today at $517,000, 5 years from now, that same house would be worth $599,344. That's $82,344,000 in wealth built over the next 5 years that you would miss out on if you stayed in the Bay Area, or conversely, that you can gain simply by leaving San Jose for El Dorado County. That's 80,000 reasons to make the move. Look, if at the end of this video you still aren't sure if making the move to El Dorado County is right for you, or you're trying to decide between El Dorado County and Sacramento counties, feel free to reach out to me via the contact information on your screen or in the description down below. I've been selling homes in both of these counties for nearly 20 years and I've helped hundreds of families just like yours decide where to land, and I'm always happy to help. All right, let's go on to reason number 3 that my clients leave San Jose for El Dorado County. The third reason so many of my clients say it was at the top of their list for leaving San Jose for El Dorado County was to get out of the city. Now, don't get me wrong here. I know San Jose has access to some beautiful natural areas. I grew up scuba diving in the Monterey Bay, learning to backpack in the Santa Cruz Mountains, and learning to rock climb at Castle Rock State Park literally changed the course of the rest of my life. So I know it's a beautiful place. But when you live in San Jose, you spend most of your time, most of your daily activity time in the city or in the burbs, not in nature. I don't want to add up the literal years of my life I spent sitting in traffic, waiting on light rail platforms, waiting in lunch lines, and never ever being able to see the stars at night because of all the streetlights. By contrast, here in Placerville, you live in the mountains. As you go about your daily activities, you're in the forest, in the trees all the time, and it makes it a wonderful place to live. Streetlights are few and far between, so you can almost always see the stars at night. In fact, my kids and I like to go to our local outdoor planetarium and watch the International Space Station fly overhead. It really is an idyllic place to live and raise a family. With all that nature around you comes outdoor adventure sports, and outdoor adventure sports are really popular with San Jose residents. In fact, the bulk of you spend your weekends coming here anyway to go rock climbing, whitewater rafting, kayaking, mountain biking, skiing. So why not relocate to the place where all of your favorite things to do are, and at the same time, reduce your cost of living, be able to afford a home, and be able to save money for retirement. It's a win-win. If you made it this far and you're getting anything at all out of this video, hit the like button, click subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss another video with crucial information to help you with your move to El Dorado County. The fourth reason my clients cite for leaving San Jose and moving to El Dorado County is the cost of childcare. The cost of childcare in San Jose is astronomical. So high, in fact, that it forces some families to try to decide whether it's really worth having two incomes because so much of one person's income is simply going to pay the cost of childcare. But you can't really afford to live on one income in the Bay Area, so people end up stuck. In San Jose, the cost of infant care is $1,729 a month on average. That's $20,746 annually. That's an insane amount of money to spend to have someone watch your kid while you're away working. By contrast, the cost of infant care in Sacramento, the nearest major metro area to Placerville, is $1,187 a month on average, or $14,240 a year. That is a huge difference, and El Dorado County is even cheaper than that. So just moving from San Jose to the El Dorado County area will save you over $6,000 a year on childcare. Reason number 5, and the final reason on our list that my clients say they leave San Jose to move to El Dorado County, is the pace of life and the community. This one's huge for me, but it can be a little hard to quantify. So let me put it this way. People here value and prioritize their relaxation and recreation time. We might not all be doing it the same way. I might be out paddleboarding for the day, and my neighbor might be out running the Rubicon Trail in his four-wheeler for the day. My eye doctor might be bass fishing, and my mother-in-law might be sitting downtown stitching with her stitching group, but people here value and make time for their recreation, relaxation, and recovery time, and that's something you can absolutely feel in the pace of life here. For me, this is invaluable. Our lives have become so busy and fast-paced that there's no time to be calm, slow down, spend time with your family, or do the things that you love to do. In my opinion, everybody needs this, and a lot of this. And Placerville isn't just the kind of place where you can do this, but everybody around you is doing it too. So you don't feel this pressure to speed up and keep up. You feel empowered to slow down and take time for the people and the things that you love. That sense of community and people supporting each other is one of the major benefits of living in Dorado County. I live right in the middle of the county in Placerville, and it's a small town. Everybody knows everybody, and the people here are kind, friendly, and helpful. When my kids were toddlers, they were like little mini celebrities, walking downtown on Main Street with all the shop and restaurant owners that we know, inviting them in, chatting with them, showing them all the cool things in their shop. It was wonderful. It cannot be overstated how important it is to live in a community where you feel like everyone else values your children as well. It's one of the things I love about living here, and I know you will too. All right, that wraps up my list of 5 reasons myself and my clients left San Jose and the Greater Bay Area for Placerville and Dorado County. And I hope this helps you decide if this move might be right for you and your family. But deciding to leave San Jose won't really help you at all if you're not sure if Placerville is the right place for you to land. So to figure that out, click this video right here with the pros and cons of living in Placerville. If you'd like to check out what some of our other foothills towns have to offer, click this playlist right here with the pros and cons of our other foothills communities. And if you'd like to see these communities compared in a head-to-head battle, click this playlist right here for my town versus town comparison videos. As always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for getting to the end with me, and I'll see you on the next one.